Yeah, it's a lot. All right. Well, this is Nike or Die, Season 4, Episode 7. I got my young bull in the house, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you don't mind me calling you that, though I call you that on Instagram.
That's what I am.
Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Antonio.
Your Instagram, Dave.
Oh, King Nasir, 2 underscores.
Nasir. All right? So, this young man is he's probably the biggest LeBron fan that I've ever met. Ever. And I know a lot of people. Ever. So, you know, this is a sneaker-based podcast, so I have to ask you. Now, you actually hoop. Do NBA SIG sneakers for players, not just Nike, but Adidas and Under Armour, and you got people wearing Peak and Li Ning. Do NBA SIG sneakers still matter?
Yes, they do.
Why do they matter?
That's a great question. They matter, man, just for the simple fact of just like who the players are now. You know.
So,
Remember,
all right. No, you go ahead.
Remember, I told you, I just feel like now players are more known than what they were back in the day.
Now, would you attribute that to social media?
Yeah,
or
definitely.
Okay.
Social media.
I do agree. It's different than
Being
when
on
I was.
TV, like every game was on. If it's like ESPN, it's TNT, you know, all those brands, stuff like that.
You have options for things like League Pass and the NBA app.
You have more access to the players, and you know you got players now. Like I said, Lonzo. You know, a lot of people are highly interested in his shoes.
Yeah.
So you got his shoe. You got Giannis signed with Nike. Everybody want to see what that's going to look like. Kevin Knox. You got all these, you know, new cats coming out. DeAndre Ayton. Let's see what your shoe looks like. Number 1 pick. Puma guy. See what you looking like.
Okay. See, the reason I ask you if and why they matter, because I still feel like you got people who still prefer the older shoes to the new ones. There we go. Yeah, what I was saying was I feel like a lot of people still prefer the older shoes from when I was younger. You know, Jordan, Barkley,
right.
Penny. You know, you even have players still playing those old silhouettes. Now, would you play in those silhouettes, or would you prefer something newer?
If I would go back, I wouldn't wear Jordans as far as like hooping. I don't feel like it's a good hooping shoe. I feel like now it's more of a style, you know, stylish shoe.
3. What's the new technology now? Vapor Max technology, and now they got. It's all about the soul. So you don't see a lot of players wearing Jordans. And if they are playing in Jordans, they did more to them than what's out for retail. You know what I'm saying? You see Kobe, he came with the Achilles extension for his one shoe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I will always say the new shoes now, you know. Players back then was skinnier, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's a lot to consider. But I would definitely do new shoes over retro if I'm playing. Now, of course, the old shoes look better.
Yeah.
But as far as the technology and, you know, like having the longevity in your career, knees ain't gonna go bad as quick. I wear the new shoes if I was playing.
No, it definitely makes sense. Yeah. No, we were talking about would you play in the newer shoes or the older shoes? I had the gentleman that you were talking to there, he chimed in on it.
What did he say?
He said that he would also wear the newer shoes. Today's player is bigger, heavier than before, so that's a factor.
So. How you doing today? I'm sorry?
But yeah, he said that he will wear the new shoes. So no, not that guy. We were talking about the players.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, to me, the 6 shoes matter. But in your age group, you still got people like, I want to get Curry's, I want to get LeBron's. People still do that? Okay. Okay.
Like I said, it's more so a Jordan thing because I mean Jordan's the hottest shoe like all time, so I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Like everybody has Jordans, everybody wants Jordans. Like I always say, a lot of people get Jordans, don't really understand the cases behind the shoes. They just get them to know some fad and everybody wears them.
That's true.
But
Yeah. So you're a LeBron guy. We've established that. So what is your favorite LeBron? The LeBron 4. So the 06-07 shoe with the foamposite, the strap.
It's a beautiful shoe.
It looks like a penny too and a foamposite put together. That shoe. Okay.
There's 4s, there's 12s, 15s.
Okay. It's a pretty decent list. I mean, the 12 was the last LeBron that I bought a lot of. I got 12 colors of the 12. But the 10 is my favorite, you know, because I love that full-length Zoom Air. It's also in the 15. I just was disappointed with the 15 that Nike didn't make it available for Nike ID.
Right.
And the 16, at least if that's the actual 16, looks so much like the 15.
I'll say it should have just been the 15 low.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's really, I'm not going to say it's disappointing, but it's sort of like how the KD9 and KD10 essentially look the same.
Right.
So, you know, I was just expecting something a little different. But, you know.
I will also say, too, as far as, like, what shoe would I wear, like, would I wear shoes now or then, I would probably say now more because of what they're made of and how they're made. Shoes, you know, from now and back then are made so differently.
That's true.
Like I said, you know, all the technology and stuff like that, a lot goes into it more now than it did 80s and 90s with shoes.
Agreed. So, since you've established the LeBron 4 as your favorite shoe, you know, what makes that the shoe? Why that shoe?
It's just the way it looked. I said, you know, when I was growing up, watching him on TV, it's just like, it's just something with that shoe, like the bottom of it, it's just how it looked, man. I love that shoe.
Yeah, because
they really do remind me of a penny.
yeah, most definitely.
Like that's all I see in that shoe is a penny.
You know, I'm gonna leave these up here. I really think LeBron messes with Penny tough because I've seen him casually wear Penny shoes. I do think that as the face of Nike basketball, I think a lot of people expected more out of this next shoe because the 15 was so great. But I feel like the 15 could have been greater.
You think so?
Only because, again, they could have made it available for Nike ID.
Right.
And they could have made it available for Nike ID. And what am I trying to say here? The LeBron watch kind of killed the shoe as much as it helped it. Because those and the Kith LeBrons were the ones that, you know, people wanted them and it was really hard to get them. You know,
remember the ones I was talking about a few weeks ago? The ones
the Christmas.
Yeah,
the pink.
Like, oh God, man.
Yeah.
Just the color, man.
And see, to me, that's where we talked about this before. Whew. That's really the biggest difference with now and then is these players have so many PEs and now they'll go on Nike ID and make their own shoes. And it kind of takes away from the shoe's legacy because, I mean, I know you're not a huge fan of Michael Jordan, which is fine. But, again, if I'm wearing the shoe, I can look on TV and see him wearing the shoe. You know, it's nothing better than that.
Right.
You
That's
know,
why I said the Forest for me was like one of the favorites. I remember when I first started watching. Like I already was watching him, but just as far as paying attention to what shoes he had on, I didn't start till the Forest.
Okay.
You know, I saw the ones, you know, against Sacramento, his first game. I remember all of that, but I just remember focusing on his shoes when the Forest came out. I just was like, I like this shoe right here.
Yeah.
I actually had a big poster of the Forest on my wall. I remember it, man. It had It was his signature in the left corner and the Nike check over here with the little lion head like right here in the middle. I remember that poster.
Yeah, like, and again, a lot of it is just with me being fortunate to be at the right place at the right time. Like, when the 4 came out, I was working for Foot Locker, and they still used to put LeBron's on sale then because, LeBron's would sell, but they wouldn't sell out, So I had the black, white, and red ones early.
Them the ones I'm talking about.
This spot that I used to shop at in downtown Cleveland, it's not there anymore. It's called Family Sportswear. It was like one of the last true mom and pop Nike accounts Cleveland had. They closed in 2013. But they used to always give me stuff early, and it would always be with no tax because I was a regular shopper there.
Right.
Even working for Foot Locker, I was still going there and getting shoes. So I had the black, white, and red. Then we had a half off event where I was able to get the all black ones for half off. I got the blue ones for half off, but I paid full price for the black, white, and red because I got them early, and I paid full price for the gold one because I got it early. I got the gold one early before the All-Star game even happened. You won in the skills challenge. The black and red one I actually got like a year after that came out at Family Sportswear. They had them for like $60 or $70, and I just wanted them.
Right.
So I copped them, but it's a great shoe.
LeBron 40 cover with the
the different bottom. Cause I know one dude with those.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm. This dude, I had to get you hip to him. Shout out to Kevin at Gold Tank Dog.
We gotta talk.
My dude,
we gotta
Kevin.
talk.
He has a lot of LeBrons, and he actually wears your size too. he wears 12 and 13. So he has a lot of crazy, rare, limited LeBrons. But I had to show you his Instagram.
Okay.
But he's one of the people in this area that I will call a big homie too.
Right.
I'm not really doing that with shoes with anyone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
him, he's one of them. But he used to organize this Cleveland sneaker show. It was the only one Cleveland had before SneakerCon started coming here. It's called Cleveland's Got Soul. Excuse me. And the proceeds used to go to the Children's Tumor Foundation.
That's what's up.
But he'd have it every 2 years. So there was one in 2008, one in 10 that I missed, 12, and the last one was in 2014, and it was at the Q.
Oh wow.
So we were, I had a table. It's the only sneaker show I would ever do a table for. SneakerCon has asked me before if I was interested, but since I'm just displaying and I'm not selling, their tables were way more than Kevin's tables before.
Right.
So, the one in 14, it was like, it was around the time that he said he was coming back. I can't remember whether it was before or after. I think the show was before, but it was at the Q, and we were on the floor. It wasn't the Cavs floor up, but we were there. Anybody who had a table, and but I got to show you his Instagram page before we leave. But yeah, he's got some shit. But the only downside to the floor is that it's heavy as fuck.
I will agree on most of his shoes. They all are very bulky and heavy.
Because
that's just one thing. Like I said, I always liked about his shoes, man. It's just I don't like light shoes. I like playing in light shoes. I want to walk around and know that I have the shoe on. Speaking, matter of fact, like the ones I got on now.
Soldier 10.
I like the bulky shoe. I will say I'm not a big fan of him doing the straps. I'd rather have laces in my shoes, but I mean,
I got you.
To each his own.
Now, What's your least favorite LeBron?
6.
Okay. That's a lot of people's.
6. I hated that shit.
For me, to me, the only thing that's worse than the 6 is the 5. The 5 was pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Where the Soldier 1 really could have been the LeBron 5, and the LeBron 5 could have been the Zoom Soldier. But it had the 5 posit.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but it at least with the 6, you could wear it casual.
Yeah.
You couldn't really. I mean, I've done it with the 5, but you couldn't really do it with the 5. But to me, if I'm ranking worst LeBrons in no order, 5 and 6 are on there. 11 is on there.
Oh, the 11 was the best, man.
Nah, man.
I feel like not even
And the 13.
his best shoes, besides the 15s and the 4s, I said, is his Zoom Soldier 7s. Remember the ones he wore in 2014?
Yeah.
Like that whole kind of, that was the best model, man. Like, it looked so beautiful on TV. I was just like, what is this patent leather shoe doing? I'm like, it's just, oh my God, man. I remember game 2 against the Spurs in 2014. They ended up winning that game. And he changed his shoes.
He used to do that a lot.
Yeah, a lot in Miami. But I remember he changed his shoes in the, I think, first quarter or second. No, third quarter. He had on some, it was Soldier 7s, but I forgot what color he had on. I remember he came out in the second half and had the all black.
See, the Soldier 7, you wouldn't even be thinking about the Soldier 7 if the LeBron 11 was a good shoe like you claim, because it was so heavy and uncomfortable for him. To me, I always jokingly, I'll say that the Soldier 7 is really the LeBron 11.
I would agree.
Because like, I don't remember him. The LeBron 11 Elite is considerably better than the regular one as far as how it feels on my foot. And again, as much as I don't like the shoe, I still have like 10 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I still. But it wasn't like me buying 13 pairs of 10s or 12s.
Right.
Because if I like a shoe, I want it in every color I can get. Like, right now, the 10 is my favorite, but I'm still missing the Prisms. I'm still missing the any of the EXTs, the hazelnut, the cork.
Right. Oh, I hated the hazelnut.
Everybody, it's
and
a love or
cork.
hate.
Oh man, I wasn't
The cork,
a big...
the hazelnut, that black mint with the suede, the denim one with the pink. I need all of them. Which one? Which other one am I missing? The Miami Heat home is white, black with the orange and the red. I hated them, but I still would like them. And then you get to the unattainable pairs, those all yellow ones that Bow Wow had. The honeycomb, the crown jewel, the purple.
That is one thing I don't like. Like you said, just
the USA
you
ones.
growing up, you said you could see Jordan on TV.
Yeah, it's like I got the black and red 6s. Oh, he's wearing it. Where with LeBron, you just now I feel like he's gotten better at it. And again, Kobe, out of the 3 guys between him, KD, and LeBron, Kobe was the worst at wearing PEs that you couldn't get.
Right.
LeBron would be in the middle, and KD would wear a lot of stuff you could get. He'd still have PEs, but he'd wear the weird shoes too.
Because on the LeBron watch year, he had the Diamond Turf.
He had a red Diamond Turf, a
that
black and purple one, and a white one.
The Griffey looking joint.
He had the Griffey one.
Yeah.
He had the Moab, the Waffle Racer, which didn't come out. The Shox BB4, the Vince Carter, that didn't come out. South Beach 8 didn't come out. Zoom Generation didn't come out.
And it's just like I'm watching you wear these shoes. It's like, now I want to go next week and pick them up, but I can't because it's not. The shoebox.
Yeah, now the shoebox, the Air Max 95, the Air Moab, the Griffey, and
the Diamond Turf, I think.
And the white Diamond Turf.
Yeah.
Those 5 you could get because they came out on the sneakers app, and then April 7th they came out at House of Hoops locations. Then I want to say they restocked them when that red Diamond Turf came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that red one tough, man.
But
I wanted them shoeboxes as soon as I seen them in Portland.
that's the one I like the least.
Oh my god, man! And it made it
It
so
would
much
have went
better
good with all that Just Do It stuff.
It made it so much better when he dunked on Nurkic.
Yeah.
flying in the air.
But see, the way you feel about, you want those because he wore them with that. That's Jordan.
What you mean?
It's the same thing. Like with Jordan, when I buy Jordans, it's all sentimental.
Oh yeah,
It's sentimental.
I'm never just buying a pair of LeBrons just because it's all sentimental.
With LeBron's, it's like
moments.
when he was here before, I don't feel like he wore a lot of PEs. Now, what used to suck when he was here before was that a lot of his shoes, like the white and red one, would always be the China.
Mm-hmm.
You know, other than the Zoom generation, you could get that white and red one, and that one isn't really worth what the first game is worth, or the white, black, and red, or the black.
Right.
Or the wheat.
I want the first games he had.
You know, I have an OG pair when they came out,
right.
but I never got the retro. I was working for Foot Action when technically when the first game and when all the Zoom generations came out. So all of them were had for like $80.
Do you remember all his commercials he used to come out with?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, man.
But see, to me, that's also a reciprocation of Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because you gotta, and that's another thing that's different about the game now. We used to look forward to those commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wonder what they're gonna do for this. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Spike Lee commercials were epic, and then when they flipped it, and then Jordan was with Bugs Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. So with LeBron, to me, his best commercials were the LeBrons with the 4 versions of him.
Yeah.
I love those commercials.
You need to go back to that, man.
He had a commercial that I only saw it on TV once. It was for the LeBron 11.
Mm-hmm.
He was walking into, he was walking through the tunnel, and he just stopped. And as he stopped, it was showing like all the technology in the shoe as he was taking steps. Yeah, he just stands there, and then the armor posit is like, you know. I love that commercial.
I think his best shoe commercial was the one that was him, Bernie Mac.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, it was in the church.
Or no, not one of the first ones. Yeah,
it was in the church.
Because you had Moses Malone and Jerry West and all those old guys, and Bernie Mac was the Reverend. I remember that one.
That's funny, man.
The first LeBron commercial though, the first Nike one. You remember that one? It was.
Oh, we Sacramento.
Yeah.
And
Damon Wayans was on the sideline, and George Gervin. It's like, come on, young fella. And
a girl had a sign, not a sign. Somebody said something.
You ain't all that.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah. What you gonna do, King, or something like that? He just sitting there and
then he laughs.
Yeah, that was good.
You know, but he had a lot of.
When it comes to it, it's like, what
the 2
is he doing?
The 2 commercial, the animation, the Chamber of Fear. You seen that one for the 2, where he's going through the chambers of fear, the self-doubt, the complacency.
Oh yeah.
It's like the haters for shizzle, all that.
Yeah.
That was good. The LeBron 3 and 4 were the LeBrons. The 5 was the I'm LeBron James. You don't want to be me. You want to be better than me. That was an okay commercial because it went through from when he was a kid until 2007.
Better than me and all that good stuff.
No, you know what my favorite LeBron commercial is? That's not the LeBrons. They aired it right after the Pistons game. They aired it like a few days after the 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Game 5.
Where it's a woman singing, and it's in slow motion. It's him dunking over Tayshaun Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, we're all witnesses. The witness commercial was good too, but that one, I'm going to show it to you.
You need to go back to those.
Because it's black and white, but it's a little bit of color in it. Let me think. After that, what did we have? 2007. So then there's the Be Me, Better Than Me. Then for the LeBron 5, that's that.
I can't remember. I'm probably wrong, but
the 6 had some good commercials. The ones with Lil Wayne.
Remember when he left after the decision when he was sitting there? Was that a shoe commercial? I can't remember.
That was good too. I forgot about that. The Rise commercial. But what should I do?
Yeah, that wasn't a shoe, was it?
That was for the LeBron 8.
Okay.
Because they didn't have the South Beach, but they had the black, white, and red one, which that's been a LeBron that's eluded me for a long time. Just that first LeBron 8, the black, white, and red one. Because whenever I find it, it's either faded as fuck and beat, or it's $400. I'm like, damn, I can get a pair of South Beaches for $400 if I look hard enough.
Right.
This was just a regular release.
Mm-hmm.
When I was working for Villa,
You know,
we only had a 10.5. That was the biggest size we had.
and this might sound crazy, but I really wasn't a big fan of the South Beaches, man.
A lot of people, to
I
me, it's a
wasn't-
love or hate shoe, but it's that LeBron that's worth the most money that
Yeah.
people can get.
Like, at the time when it came out, I just was like, it's cool. But then when I seen him wear it again, but we missed it with the 15 in Miami this season.
Because he
I
never
look
wore
at
the
it-
South Beach 8 in a game.
No.
He wore that 15, though. That was raw.
Yeah, the 15, I just was like, oh, okay, now I look a little better.
Yeah, but
Because it's more, like I said, it's more, like I said, I feel like shoes nowadays, man, it's just more goes into it, more time is put in. It's not just like, boom, boom, boom.
But see, to me, the
couple
8
days.
the 8 is one of the most underrated LeBrons. Because it came at a time where people weren't really fucking with him because a lot of people felt like he should have stayed.
I still feel like that's another reason why his shoes don't sell out now. Now, some people might say they're ugly, but it's just for the simple fact that people just be like, well, I could really care less about this dude. To hell with LeBron, just out of just self-hatred.
I do feel like he lost a little bit of luster, but I feel like he got it back when he started winning there. I just feel that it's hard to sell LeBrons now because they cost so much.
Yeah.
They cost so much. And again, it's a
185.
flagship Nike model, but that's $200.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not 200 like the 11, 12, and 13 were.
Right.
But
At the end of the day,
175,
it's
85, that's still $200
right.
to most
Because
black
not even
folks.
considering the tax.
Yeah, because it's 185, that's $199 here in Cuyahoga County. You know what I mean? $199. So
I remember my mom told me when she got me the All-Stars. What year was that? 2016. That year they was in, what year was they in? The All-Star game? The one in Toronto, was it?
yeah, that was Toronto.
Yeah,
that was Kobe's last All-Star
Yeah,
game.
and he was sitting there like that. She got me those.
Yeah, I wanted those. But again, we had them for $220, which was, and they weren't trying to, it was something where we couldn't use our discount on them at Next, something weird. I used to find them at Plato's for resale, but they still would be like $100. I'm like, because like I got spoiled with all of my 13s. The only ones that I got that were brand new out the box were the blue ones with the red swoosh.
Yeah.
Because the Written in the Stars, that first one, I got that at Avalon, and this was during the 13 while it was the new shoe.
Purple joint.
They were like $50. My BHMs were like $70. Those Blue Lagoons were like $50. What other ones do I have? Those black ones with the gum bottom, those were cheap. They were all like new, but they weren't new. Only reason I got the blue and red one was because I won a contest at Next.
Okay.
It was something.
Right.
And they gave me a $100 gift card, and that's what they were with my discount. That was when I was getting 50% off. So they were $108, so I only paid $8 for them.
Right. Man. That's a nice little,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had it good there. But in that regard, I missed the discount. But,
Right.
Hibbett's not so bad, I guess.
But I remember my mom, when she bought me those.
Yeah, my bad. I interrupted you.
No,
and
you
shit.
good.
I went off into a tangent.
No, you good, man. You good. But no, when she bought me them, she was like, the next pairs of shoes you ever gonna get, you gonna buy them yourself. Because they were so...
I figured it out yesterday.
Oh, what happened?
What's going on?
You know why business has been slow the past couple of days?
What's up?
Because of Kaepernick.
Nah.
Hey man, how many people are not going to buy Nike now? I'm not.
You're not going to buy Nike?
Nope.
Wow.
And I have a lot of Nike stuff. But I won't follow him. Not that statement. I won't support that.
If you're able to come back, I have 5 going out later.
I always come back.
So you're not gonna burn your Nike stuff, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
A lot of
absolutely,
people.
absolutely not. But
Good.
I'm not going to contribute my money towards it. No. No way.
Got you.
To each his own, man.
Yeah. Here's that door.
All right, we'll see you later. But the 13 was an acquired taste. It wasn't a shoe for everyone. It was still $200. It feels great on foot.
Yeah.
but it's an ugly shoe.
Yeah.
But it was good enough for me to still buy 5 colorways.
Right.
Now I told you I got them all for the low, but you know what he was talking about. That's going to be a whole nother episode.
Oh, the cat! I can't wait to get into that.
That's a whole
I
nother
got
episode.
a lot to say about the cat.
This is just about
the cat,
LeBron.
man.
Like this is.
I got a lot to say
Oh,
about
the window
cat.
washers are here.
I just seen him pull up. I should have said something.
That's good. We need it.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode.
I can't wait for that day.
It's still kind of fresh.
Yeah,
I want to let it calm down a little bit.
that's gonna be a good one there. But what was it? Oh yeah, so my mom, she told me, she's like, the next pairs of shoes you get, you can buy them yourself, because they were I forgot where she got them from. Not finished. It was either Finished on or Foot Locker. Was one of them, but they were having them for like $240.
That's after tax. That's what they were after tax. They were like
That was what
$237.
they were.
Wow.
And with the tax, it was like $265. She still got the receipt to this day. I was like, Mom, what? Why did you? Like, you didn't have to get. I know I wanted them, but you really didn't have to get the shoe. Now she told me, she was like, "That's it. I will not get you any more shoes. You have to get them on your own."
Well, you still wear them 2 years later.
Yeah,
That's
they
good.
beat the shit though.
I mean, I used to like February used to be because they used to have the packs. They used to have a Christmas pack.
Yeah.
They'd have All Star, BHM, Easter, and the last couple years they tried to do a summer pack. But LeBron's had some really good All Star shoes. I used to get all of them because I got technically the Zoom Generation 1 is the All Star one.
The ones in 2012, man, that All-Star game. Those were.
Yeah, I didn't get those. That's one of the 12s I'm missing, and it's got that different thing on the back. It doesn't have the little pull thing. But yeah, I haven't gotten an All-Star LeBron since the 10. The 10, and then I don't have the Big Bang 9. My wife has the All-Star 8, the black and blue. I don't have the All-Star 7, the blue with the wood grain. I do have the 6. I don't have the 5. And then I got 4, 3, 2, 1. The 3 is probably my favorite All-Star shoe. Like I said, the white and red with the gold LeBron James on the side, and the little spades and hearts, clovers.
I will say with the 16, the pictures that I've seen, I like he's going back to the lion symbol.
Yeah, what is it on the tongue?
The back.
It's on the back.
It's like the back, like right.
I don't know if a lion's ever been on the back. It's usually on the tongue.
It's on the back this year. I think you've seen it. And had like it was the lion's face, but the eyes was, I don't know if that was like a red or like a pink. I don't know what color that was. The eyes was like a reddish. It was pretty sweet.
Let me think, because
he posted them on his Instagram.
the LeBron, because is there a lion on the 15? Bring a 15 and a 14 over here.
I'm like, let's check, man. No lion here. No.
It's not on like the bottom. Isn't it on the bottom? I think it's on the bottom at the back. It should be a lion face.
Oh, no lion, man.
Here, let me see.
He got no lion, man. That's crazy. I knew for a second he stopped, with the lion thing. No lion on this 15, man.
Here, let me see.
It might be in the inside, maybe.
Now, here it is. Yeah, it's on the bottom.
I see it.
So it's on the bottom of the 15.
That's okay.
On the 14.
Now you see how the lion is right now. On the 16, the eyes is like a reddish. I'm just like, dang, okay. Going back to that.
Is there a lion on the? So there's. Now I will say we've talked about a lot of the models. The 14, I did want that blue one with the gold, but the 14 was kind of a disappointment for me.
I hate the 14s.
And I just say it because they didn't really put as much into it because of the success of the Soldier 10. It came out in the middle of the season, which LeBron's usually come out at the beginning.
Christmas,
of
I
the season.
believe, right?
Yeah, and I mean, the first one that people could get, because I mean, that out of nowhere only came out at least here in Cleveland, You know, next week we had them, but I didn't get them at my store.
Right.
And they only ran exhibition and House of Hoops.
Right.
So I still want them. Like if I could get, because I only have the chase down. If I could get this blue and gold one here, and that out of nowhere, I'd be good on 14s.
Right.
You know, this red carpet it's all right.
I'm not. Yeah, the 14s. I'm not liking the strap over the laces. That's how those Kyries are.
Yeah, like
The lows. I'm like,
This-
I'm not a big fan of the strap over the. I feel like it's doing too much, and you kind of like,
yeah.
it's just like down on your feet, man.
But this Agmiat color, I did want this. But again, now since it's so old, like what we have it here for, what is it, 150, 144? And like I'd pay $80 tops. Probably not even.
I
like
honestly
60
wouldn't even get
bucks.
any 14.
I don't like the fact that I only have one. It's the only LeBron that I only have one of. But yeah,
It's not a bad shoe, but it's
it's kind of like something that they just had, and they were like, you know what? Let's just make this the LeBron.
yeah.
That's how I feel about the 14. Because
I might just get some 14s.
he wore that Soldier
Add to
10
the
a
collection.
lot.
Yeah.
He wore that Soldier 10 a lot. So, you know,
That was one of my questions. Did you ever get the championship pack with him, Kyrie?
no,
Game 3, 5, 6, 7.
I wanted the Game 7, and I was able to find it because House of Hoops, I went out there with my boy Mario and my boy Zach.
I actually wanted those
forget.
Game 7.
It
I got
was-
Game 3s, but
House of Hoops. Oh, you got the Game 3? Wow. Yeah, the House of Hoops, they restocked on the championship packs and the Kyrie Krispy Kreme. And I was able to get a championship pack in an 11, but I needed 12.
right.
So I don't have it. And all I wanted was Game 7. But that shit has kind of steadily came down. They're not as expensive as they were used. So it's only a matter of time before I get them at some point. I really just wanted the Soldier. I didn't even really want the Kyrie. Because the Kyrie 2, the only Kyrie 2 I own is the BHM.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Kyries.
You know,
His ones, I remember when I was
now, I bought
a fan of the
a
ones.
bunch of ones. I have 5 or 6 Kyrie 1s, but I only have 1 2, I have 1 3, and I don't have any 4s. Now, I've had a couple of chances to get 4s for really cheap. Like, I had a chance to get those Celtics 4s for like $40, but I passed. And then the
Good choice.
the year of the monkey with the different colors on the teeth.
Yeah.
I had a chance to get those for like $50, which I probably should have got those. So I want to have at least one, but you know, it'll be other opportunities. But no, I don't have any championship packs.
So let me ask you this: how do you feel his shoe legacy will go about once he retires?
LeBron?
Yeah. You think they'll resell like? Okay, they obviously won't resell.
Certain
like
ones
Jordan.
resell now for money.
I'm talking about like how a Jordan does.
But see, it's the same thing. Like with Jordans, it's certain Jordans that people care about, and certain ones people don't. Like I feel like right now, on a universal level with both white and black people, because there are certain Jordans that, like I feel like the majority of black folks don't really mess with the ones. And I'm not even trying to get in the race, but I know all the shoe releases I've done, the one is usually a reselling crowd, where you'll have some black, but you might have some Asian, you might have some white. You know, I feel like if it's an 11, everybody wears 11s, but if it's like a 7 or 8, that's hot. That's like a hood nigga shoe. And I do feel like
I know that
Nike,
Taxi 12s was a real hood
well,
shoe. I mean, I was in school, man.
12s
It
in
was
general
like-
are a hood shoe.
I remember so many people, like everybody came into school with that shoe on. I'm
The
like,
hood loves 12s, and when those came out
Taxi 12.
at the end of 2013, they were plentiful. That was one of the shoe releases I ever worked. You know, and again, I don't make it about race. It was like, oh, only white people wear But when I say universal, everybody fucks with 1s, 3s,
Yeah.
and 11s.
Yeah, that's right.
But like if I'm selling a 7, like when I did the hair 7, it was nothing but hood niggas. When I did that black and red 11 low, nothing but hood niggas. Now the Chicago 1 was sandwiched in between that release, and you know it was more of a suburban crowd.
I feel like
Hood niggas don't fuck with 1s.
the 11s is, like I said, it's that patent leather on it, man. Like the glossy.
It's a pretty shoe when it's new.
Yeah.
But there's what LeBron shoe is equivalent to a Jordan 11. I'm not sure if he has
Hey.
one. Because even with the 15, when it gets retro, it's going to be even more expensive than it is
Right.
now. Which means it's going to be even harder to sell.
That is one thing. If I could ever meet him or say something to him, I'd just be like, bring it. Just bring the price down a little.
Like,
I know you want your shoes to sell out like how Jordan is,
I feel like,
but you gotta bring that price down a little bit more, man. 185
Yeah,
for
I
a shoe
mean,
is just.
if the 15 was 160, that bitch would still be selling. People still buy it.
Yeah.
But if it was 160, you know, yeah, to me, if I were in charge of it, LeBron's would be 160, KD's would be like 120, like they were 110. Kyrie's would be like 95. Kobe's would be like 140. And even that's what they are now. Even that's a little too much. How you doing? We're okay.
I would even say, what about PG? Keep him where he at.
You keep him where he's at, or 100, maybe a little less. And it's not just the new players. Like I feel like Jordans, when retro Jordans used to come out, until they started doing the fusions, they would be either the price they were before, or they would be slightly more expensive.
Right.
Like when that black and red 3 over there came out in 2001, when I was in college, it was $99.99. When it came out in 2008 in the countdown pack was $310, so that's $155 a shoe. Then they came out in 2011, they were $160. This year, they're $200.
Right.
You know.
Keep going up.
But with LeBron's, if they keep going up on price, they're not going to sell.
Right. Well, I know I was talking about how do you LeVar Ball, Big Baller Brand, they shoot. I love it, man.
I mean, you got to believe in your kids. I mean, this old ass nigga here believes in his kids, and he believes in us.
What's going on, man?
What's up, old nigga? What's that? See, I was trying to get that response from him for me. He gave it to you. No, we're in the middle of a podcast.
Oh, man.
You okay?
I'm good, dog.
Yeah.
Shit,
All right, we're gonna shut down. This is part 1. We'll be back with part 2 with King Nasir with 2 underscores. Of course, I'm Shorty C94. And we got Aaron J 216 just came into place.
What's happening?
So we'll be back with part 2 in a sec.